Hey guys, it's A-Man, and welcome back to another episode. This is episode 5, and I'm showing you where you can go to the surface, because this episode we're going to go to the surface and get some drops, because if you don't know, the drops are, I think, 50 or 80% better than any other drop in the entire game. So you can get a blue, but you could have like 8 ascendants if you want to, which is really good. So I want to see if we can get some ascendant weapons, so we can go to do the cave from the first episode and redeem ourselves, which we'll do later on in this episode. It's going to be a cut because you can only go at nighttime in the surface, and if you hold the 2 box button if you're on Xbox, so if you hit a key that checks all your groups, you could check what time it is and what percent of day and night, because you can have 10% night and 90% day, 50% night and 50% day, or 70% night and 30% day. It depends on how it works. It changes every single cycle, so when it goes through day and night cycle, it will change that percentage. Always check that, and you can only go in nighttime, because if it's daytime you'll burn and it kills you instantly. It's basically going out of the boundaries of the map and it kills you in seconds. I did get a lot of drops that were out of map or inside walls. I think I got 12 in total. So that's why I didn't get a lot of drops on here. I am very happy with what I got. And I'll talk to you in the next clip. I'm back, and this episode, this clip had a lot to explain. So when I came back to my base after the surface dropping, I had my Ravagers breeding. As you know, I did say I was gonna have my Ravagers breeding the entire time, and I didn't check on them for a couple of hours, more like a whole day. So all this lagging and that just froze right here, that's because I dashed into them and killed like over 200. So I actually had to refight these guys a couple of times because they kept crashing. This is definitely the most babies I ever seen, because I think there were over 700 babies, 700 plus babies in here. We did get a green mutation out of it, which I have already. I already tamed, imprinted it and bring it down. I didn't imprint it, but claimed it and went and placed it down so it wouldn't die from these guys, because they're all on neutral. So that's why I try to kill them. All those names, this is still insane to see. I looked at this clip like 8 times. I'm really surprised out of that. But they were all crowded together. But that green mutation, I thought it was only my 2nd mutation, but it was our 14th mutation. Because if you don't know, when it's a mammal like this and it will come out instead of an egg, it will always be on mating, even if it was like a baby. So it was breeding so many, and I got a mutation out of those breeding that had purple feet, and then those purple feet kept breeding, and then I got 7 more mutations, and then after that they kept breeding more and more until they got the green one with the red spine in the back, the green body, and the purple feet. That's what I got at the end. So I did lose the blue, but got green, purple feet, and the red spine, which I think is cooler, and its stats are way better. It had a couple stamina, I think melee, and health. I think the rest was like food and oxygen, which was kind of bad, and I usually wouldn't take it, but I killed them all, so I couldn't really be picky with that, with the oxygen and food, because you don't really want that at all. But yet again, we might not even use Ravagers after this episode, because after this clip it's going to be the cave clip, and then in that clip I will be going to that cave with my blue Ravager, the one that I have, that I've been using for all these episodes. I can't bring him in, but I did take him. I also took my otter, because if you don't know, the artifacts, you can put infinite amounts of artifacts onto your otter, because I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't think it is, because the ARK devs knew about it for multiple years, ever since the otters came out. They could have always changed that, but have never. So I think that's just one of the special traits, at least I like to think. As you see, I got that Ascendant Pistol, which is amazing. I crafted that. And I got the Ascendant Hazard Feet, which is, I think, the best you could ever get. 1,000 ability. So I could basically, I would die 8 to 9 times before those would break. So I crafted like 5 of those, which was hell. It took a couple hours to make, because it's like 900 gas balls, which is a time-consuming scene, so it was a lot, but it was really worth it. And I got the Ascendant Long Neck, which I could get a better damage, a little bit better, but with the durability and the damage, it just evens out. It's amazing. I don't really think I could get something that's crazy better, like it would be very harder, but I should also go by my names. I have my main hunter, the one that you've been seeing me ride on to go get the Megalosaurus, all the other episodes I had him in. His name is Cookie Monster, he just reminded me of that. I want to name the green one Oscar, because I just named one with Sesame Street. And I named the other blue one, the one that has like over like 3,000 weight, because since they also have the weight reduction. I named them Bean, which is just my my own name that I don't really want to get into. And I named that other Megalosaurus that was 95, because I'm never going to breed that. They had a horrible stats. The 135 though had amazing stats. They had 800 melee percent, which is amazing. I don't think like it would be extremely like so hard to get a higher melee than that. So I'm gonna keep that one and look for a male. I mean a female. That's high level. So I named the 95 one bait because I'm just gonna use it to get the rock drakes. But since we have rock drakes now, I'm not gonna use it at all really. So I'm just gonna have them here, just because it was one of our first Megalosaurus team. But I'm showing you that it goes down farther. But you can see right there, 8 and 6, which is kind of crazy because that is basically a couple weeks worth, and basically one day, because they kept multi-breeding, which I never seen that, and I was really surprised because I've been breeding ever since breeding and mutations have been coming out, like ever since they first came out. So it's like very weird. I have had lagging experiences and a lot, but I don't think I ever had 700 plus dinos on one screen at that time. I had like a couple hundred sometimes when I'm doing egg breedings with Rexes and all that stuff, or like battles. But besides that, I never had 700, which was kind of crazy. There was also like an extra 100 down in the water. So, but yeah, that's kind of insane getting that much mutations. I did wish I got like a lot of melee mutations than that. I didn't even name them. I usually, well, most breeders should really do this, where if you get them like one melee, you would name it one melee and the rest of the mutations it had. So if you got 2 melee mutations, you would do 2 melee or 2M. That's what you should do. I also added this elevator because I had to place down my Megalosaurus and they can't climb up. So I made that there, and I took my otter so I can get the artifacts and get a couple. I only got 3 because it took like 20 minutes another one to spawn in, and it just never spawned in again. So I might have to do that off camera to get more, because I would like to fight Walkwell really soon. I'm thinking we should get, next episode will be Reaper Kings. We're gonna get